Hello and welcome to the latest video from Multilingual 101, Empowering Multilingual Families. In this video, we spotlight the skills that help the most talented young language learners make rapid progress towards fluency. More than that, we reveal how you can nurture those same linguistic superpowers in your children. Our starting point for this video was considering the importance of positive role models and the powerful influence they can have on children. And little language learners are no different in this respect. While there are plenty of multilingual celebrities that kids can take inspiration from, there are unfortunately not so many multilingual role models in comics, movies, and TV shows. The iconic Star Wars character C-3PO proudly announced that he is fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. Okay, we all have to bow down to that kind of linguistic mastery, but old 3PO is very much an exception in pop culture. In fact, finding another character that speaks even 2 languages is quite a challenge. Marvel's X-Men comics feature Cypher, a mutant hero with a superhuman gift for understanding all spoken or written languages, not to mention body languages as well. But he's sadly yet to make the jump from the comic pages to the big screen. Given the dearth of fictional role models to inspire kids, we recommend making kids more aware of how special they are. Not all heroes wear capes, and we believe kids should be empowered to embrace their inner superhero with the knowledge that they themselves boast a variety of learning superpowers which they should appreciate, feel proud of, and maybe even aspire to as they try to acquire a few extra superpowers along the way. And luckily, they can do all that without the ordeal of getting bitten by a radioactive spider like Peter Parker or having to continually save humanity like Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. Well, that is unless you consider irregular verbs to be linguistic arch-villains, a view which we're sure many language learners would agree with. Our list of learning language superpowers starts with courage. It takes true courage to learn any language. The smartest learners are never afraid of making mistakes, and if anything, are happy to own their mistakes. They aren't deterred by the fear of the next one because they understand that there will be plenty more mistakes on the road to fluency. Superman might have had courage in saving Earth from any number of enemies, but would he hold his nerve learning a tonal language like Mandarin Chinese? We're not so sure. Our next language learning superpower is exceptional awareness. Despite the endless advice on how to learn languages, the reality is that every language learner is different. However good their teacher, each student needs to find learning strategies that work best for them. This is easier said than done, but with the right intuition and instincts, it can pay off dramatically. Spider-Man might have his famous spidey sense, but even he would be challenged to always find the optimal language learning strategies. Next up is wisdom, one of the most precious of all language learning superpowers. How many would-be language learners give up after the first lesson or two? Sadly, far too many. But the wise recognize that nothing happens overnight and both respect the language learning process and appreciate that they're in it for the long haul. Without her precious lasso of truth, even Wonder Woman might struggle to grasp the wisdom of these language learning truths. Endurance is our next language learning superpower. Whatever language learning attributes someone has, endurance will always be one of the most valuable. Sure, some people just seem to have a natural gift for certain languages. Annoying, isn't it? But the reality is that practice really does make perfect. That's where endurance kicks in with a willingness to commit to regular, even daily learning. Yes, even if it's just 15 minutes at a time. The Incredible Hulk might be adept at breaking through wall after wall after wall after... Okay, you get the picture. But even our favorite green-skinned superhero would struggle to stick with finding time for regular language learning and finding a way through tricky language learning obstacles. Our next multilingual superpower is telepathy. Okay, we don't want to get carried away here. While some language learners seem to have a telepathic ability to absorb languages, we recommend prioritizing immersion in your target language. Read books, watch TV and movies in the language. You can even play video games in it. Trust us, the more you do this, the more you'll feel like you're developing a telepathic understanding. Immerse yourself in the languages you learn, and we're confident that even Professor X, the telepathic megamind and leader of the X-Men, might start to ponder if you have some useful mutant talents that he could harness. Can you guess already? Our next language superpower is, wait for it, memory. Yes, we know that some people will feel this is an unfair one, but hey, that's why it's a superpower. The reality is that those with a good memory will have a natural advantage learning any language. But the good news is that medical science has proven memory skills can be improved. This is worth investigating separately, and even simple tweaks like better nutrition and sleep, as well as physical exercise, can play a crucial role in improving one's memory. Doctor Strange, the mind-bending sorcerer of the Avengers, is renowned for his photographic memory. But would it help him to master Hungarian or Finnish? We're not so sure, so don't despair. A great memory isn't everything. Next up is a controversial one. A language learning talent that some would argue isn't a superpower at all. What is it, you ask? Resourcefulness. Sometimes it's hard to make progress in a language, even when following all the conventional wisdom. At that point, resourcefulness is your best friend, helping you find unexpected solutions that will enable you to start making small gains that, in turn, lead you to greater sustained progress. Think of yourself as Black Widow when it comes to developing resourcefulness. Who needs to be gifted with freakish superpowers when you can follow your own path, training hard, trusting your instincts, and developing skills that work for you? Our next language learning superpower is flexibility. Closely allied to resourcefulness, flexibility will allow you to vary your approach and find the right answers to your challenges. On a practical level, it will help learners identify, for example, meaning in a sentence where they might not know every single word. Stay calm, stay flexible, and you will find your way through the learning maze. Develop your flexibility in language learning, and we're sure that even Elastigirl of The Incredibles would marvel at your ability to stretch yourself beyond your limits and bridge the gaps in your knowledge. Our final language learning superpower is heart. This is surely the most valuable of all the learning gifts on our list, and an attribute without any substitute. If you truly want to master a language, you simply won't get there without heart. You really do have to want it, with all your heart. Follow your heart and protect your language learning goal like the precious dream that it is, and we're sure that even Black Panther, the heroic king and protector of Wakanda, would bow his head in respect to a kindred spirit. That wraps up our list of language learning superpowers. Our message is to make kids aware of all these skills and to feel pride in the ones they show most aptitude in. More than that, they should be encouraged to keep developing their skills on the path to their future status as multilingual superheroes. We hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, if you're not sure about how best to support your child's linguistic needs, then don't be afraid to seek advice from a speech therapist, child psychologist, or a language professional in your area. They can help you refine the right language strategy to suit your family and your situation. Help is out there. In the meantime, watch out for our weekly videos here at Multilingual 101, with our regular mix of information and inspiration as we put the fun into supporting multilingual families. Finally, if you like this video, please like it below and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Rest assured, we'll be thanking you in as many languages as we can think of. Until next time, this has been Multilingual 101, empowering multilingual families.